Going?
Going. Hey guys, how are you this evening? It's me again. Today I will be making tomato fish. Right now I had prepped all my ingredients. I'm cutting the fish now. I already have cleaned it. Now it's just straining all the yucky stuff just falling off the water. And then, so with the fish, I will be frying it today. I already have all my ingredients as I mentioned. So today we'll be working with diced tomatoes. You take out all the seeds. And then, so that's one dish. And the second dish will be gourd soup, or winter melon, I would call it, winter melon. So I had cut these, diced these in moon-sized shape here. Just cut it in half and then just cut it in moon shape. So this is the moon shape, half moon shape, crescent, you would say. Cilantro, the garnish for the tomato fish. And here I have minced garlic, sliced shallots. Here are dry red peppers that I had also minced garlic here. And then these two garlic is smashed. When I fry the fish, I would put this in the oil first, so the aroma of the garlic will seep into the fried fish and it will make it more aromatic and more delicious. Okay, here are the pots I had started. One is for, well, the pot itself has water in it right now, and this is my soup for the base of my soup, the winter melon soup. And here is the pan that I had put oil in to, here goes the thing. Hold on, my stand is just not working well. Okay, and the oil is for frying the fish. So I'm gonna turn on the oil to make it hot, heat it up. And then while I'm heating up the oil, I'm gonna cut the second fish. So here, this fish, I had cut it in stripes and then angle it. So once it gets into the oil, it will cook faster, and after it's done cooking, it will look beautiful. So with the patterns that I'm doing here is just cutting it like this, straight down. And then I'll cut this way, this angle. Okay, and this is how it turns out. See those angle cuts into diamond shape here? I'll do the same on the other side. Okay. So this fish is called, what was the name again? Keep on forgetting the name. How do you pronounce it, dear?
Pompano.
Pompano. So it's an ocean fish. So with this one, when you cook it, excuse me, you don't have to add too much salt into your ingredients because they already have that salty texture because it's an ocean fish. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it in my strainer here, so make sure all the liquid drops out of it, or else it will create a really huge splash into the oil. Okay, now I'll put that over here. With my hand, wash it with soap. You don't want to contaminate everything. Okay, so my pot, the water is boiling now. I'm gonna add the seasonings into it. Okay, so the first seasoning, I chopped up everything, so half of it will be for the soup and half of it will be for the fish. So since the fish is already cut up and ready to be fried, I'll put in the garlic. And just lower the heat. And then now for the soup, I'll put in the minced garlic. Save half because the other half is for the fried fish. Okay, we'll let that seep into the liquid so it could create a brothy flavor to it. Now with the garlic being fried, I'm going to, what's that? Oh, my towel, my floor towel. Okay, so now the garlic is crystallized and gives that aromatic to the oil. I'm gonna put in the fish to fry. Okay, hopefully it doesn't pop. Since the pan is not big enough, we have to fry the fish one at a time. We'll lower the soup as well. So make sure you put it on really low heat. If you put on too much of a high heat, it will just burn the outside of the fish and the inside will still be raw. This soup that I'm cooking for my second dish is very simple. You don't need much in the broth itself. You can use dry shrimp, but then I feel like it overpowers the second dish, so I'm leaving the dry shrimp out. So in the Vietnamese term for this fish is basically nao ngọt. It means sweet soup. Okay, so it's boiling up. My garlic and my shallots is seeping into the liquid. I'm putting in the winter melon. Get my spatula or my ladle. So you cook the fish each side for 10 minutes, you'll flip it back. I'm not 10 minutes, I'm sorry. Each side for 5 minutes, you'll flip it back and forth. Just making sure it cooks evenly on both sides. And then we'll stir the soup, make sure that the winter melon is mixed evenly. Nothing is being floated up to where it cannot be cooked. So you have to make sure it's stirred. Okay? So with the simple dish, all I'm going to add is just these little shrimps with head on. They will sweeten up the broth a little bit more. Okay, I'll let that soup boil up real quick. I'm going to concentrate on this fish and making sure it's cooked evenly. Okay, make sure you get your spatula and the wooden one. You're going to need two of it just to be sure you have both of them balanced and not flopping everywhere. So check the fish. Doing okay. Put this here. You can put the high heat on the soup, so that way it brings up to the boil quicker. So here for my soup and for my fish, since I'm not working with mushroom and this is a balance for the flavor, this is a mushroom or vegetable extract, more focused on mushrooms. So it's a mushroom seasoning. It's almost like an MSG, but made in a healthier choice conscience. Okay, so this is our seasoning. The soup is almost coming to a boil. So the first ingredients we put into flavoring the broth of the soup, we're gonna work with salt. Salt always go first. That way you can control it a little bit better. So since the pot is only, I would say, half a gallon, it's like down to here. So this is where my broth is. If you can see my hand, it's where my broth is. So I'm only gonna put, you don't wanna take too much of sweetness out of the broth. So you wanna control your seasoning, because if you put too much salt or too much sugar, it takes a lot out of the natural flavor. So here I'm gonna put I would say half a spoon of, or not a full spoon, tablespoon of salt, but just half of it. Make sure you mix it. And then, okay, I'm gonna check on my fish real quick because it smells very aromatic here. So that's how you know that your fish is being cooked evenly, when it gives off the smell. Be careful for the pot. Okay, so the garlic is being cooked in there. And you can see how the garlic is here. I'll show you. It's not overcooked. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, right there. So this is the garlic inside the pan. It will give the fish a nice aromatic smell to it. So if you can see, zoom in there. If you can see the fish, it's cooking evenly. It's golden brown right now. And we're gonna cook this evenly on the other side. Okay, so now that we put in salt, we're gonna do the sugar. So here we intend to eat a little bit more on the sweeter side, so I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then I'm gonna now add the mushroom seasoning. I have already poured in here, so I'm just taking out the bag to show you that this is what I use for my seasoning for the broth. I'm gonna do half a spoon of it, or less than half a spoon. The tablespoon of this. The soup is really healthy during this time of year. It will cool your body. You know, this is a cold and flu season, and you know, with the pandemic going on, you want to cool your body and keep your body as healthy as possible. So I choose a meal to where, like, you still get the freshness of the vegetables and the fry. You have to dilute the oil, because if you eat too much fried food, your body is just going to get more hot. The temperature will rise. Your body will not be in good condition. Excuse me. Okay, and then the third last step of the, well, not last step, because we're gonna add the shrimp last. I'm gonna add the pepper. You don't want to add too much. You just want to create enough aroma to bring together the flavor. And plus, if you add too much black pepper, you can, you know, have it in individual bowls. But self-serve, you can add as much as you like. But I have 4 kids, and I want them to enjoy it as well, so I only add just enough. Okay, so it's cooking out really well. It's coming together, the soup. Okay, so I'll let that come up to a boil real quick, and then I'm also going to taste test it to see what else I need to add, just to make sure it's to my liking. Because you won't know if you like it or not until you try it. Okay, right now it's a little bit on the bland side, so I'll just add a little bit more salt, just a teeny tiny bit. Mix it, and then I'll add half more spoon of the tablespoon of sugar, and you don't have to add more of the mushroom seasoning. This one still will balance together really well. Okay. Okay, now this is cooked basically, so it's becoming translucent. This is how you know your winter melon is cooked. It's when it becomes a little bit more translucent. It's not as white as it appeared earlier, so this is cooked. So I can turn off my stove. And then the last step is adding the shrimp, because it cooks really fast. So this will just throw it in. And then stir it, and you see how the shrimp is turning pink. As it sits, it will still cook because just like eggs, if you let it sit long enough, it'll cook on its own. And you don't need heat. See that? It's coming together. Okay, so now the soup is done. I'm gonna move it to the side. So we're gonna add cilantro for garnish as well, and it also creates the blend of flavors. Delicious. Okay, so the fish looks like it's done. We need some oil. Let's see if I can get some oil onto the other side. Okay, get a spatula, almost like a flathead here, and just drizzle some of the oil on top of the fish. That way it's cooking evenly. I got water dripping down from the spatula. The fish is cooking nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna flip it back over, making sure that it's cooked evenly on the other side. So we're gonna flip it back and forth just for a few more minutes. Okay, well that is sitting there for a bit. I'm gonna start on my tomato base for the tomato fish. Okay. Turn on the stove. We're gonna take the oil from the fish that's being fried right now and add it to the pan that we just got out. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. What are you guys cooking tonight? I wish everyone well and good, healthy condition. You know, being isolated is hard. I haven't really dressed up or done my makeup in like a week and a half. It's like, feel like there's no need because I'm not going anywhere. So why need to waste makeup? Okay, so the fish is cooking evenly right now. Whoop! Pop there. It was scary. Okay, so the fish is evenly cooked, and I'm gonna take it out now and place it on the plate here and start cooking the other fish. Okay, make sure all the water or the oil drains out of it. Since I'm cooking two fish, I want to take out the other, the garlic, because it's already create the aroma to the oil. We don't really need it anymore. The longer you put in it, the more it will taste. Instead of giving that good, perfect aroma, it will just make the oil bitter, because once it's overcooked and it's get darkened, then it just makes it a nasty, bitter taste to it. Oh, fish, 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 trying to run away even though it's dead. Okay, second fish, here it goes. Make sure all the water access is off, and then put the fish in. Okay. Okay, so my pan is super hot now. I can lower the heat. You can just put it on like a super low heat right now. You don't want to burn the garlic. Okay, so I'm going to take the oil from the fish here and then add it into the pan. Again, I don't want to put too much oil in because I don't want to eat too much oil because it's not good to eat too much oil. Okay, I'll move this and grab the rest of my seasoning for the tomato fish. First, I'll add in the garlic. Wait for it to caramelize a little bit, and then since the pan has been heated, it's caramelized, already quickened. And I'll put in the shallots. And then now the how do you chop up dry peppers? I soak the peppers in until the peppers is softened, and then I pretty much cut it in small pieces and start chopping it up until it's super fine. It's not super duper fine, but it's pretty much all kind of like diced up really finely. Okay, and then now that's being cooked, I'm going to add the tomatoes in. I wish you guys could smell the aroma. It's delicious. Thanks for that whiff. Really heavy. Okay, now you can turn on high heat. So we're gonna let the tomatoes simmered and cooked real quick, collect the aroma from the sauteed garlic and onion. Okay, I'll switch this spot right here. I'm gonna flip the fish real quick, make sure, because the heat has been really high and I don't want it, the heat's been high, so it's cooking really fast, so you have to check on it. Okay, so it's coming together nicely, and let's just flash a little bit. Okay? So dangerous. Okay, lower the tomatoes because it's, okay, very careful. So the tomatoes and the peppers is giving it a really nice color. So you want to cook the tomatoes to where like it also gives out the aroma. You know it when to add the seasoning when the tomatoes are a little bit more mashed up after you stir it, and it gives out the aroma. Okay, so make sure you watch your heat. You don't want to be too high or too low. So when it starts really boiling, you can lower the heat, and then you can start adding the seasoning. So I will be cooking with fish sauce, and this is the brand that I normally use for making nước mắm. So nước mắm lam, which is made fish sauce with garlic, lemon, sugar. So when I don't make the sauce, I normally cook with it too. So this is the type of ingredients that requires to use this fish sauce. So I'm also going to use a little bit of salt. Even though the fish sauce will make it super salty, but it still doesn't give quite of that flavor you're looking for within this dish. So I'm just gonna add maybe, I would say like, oh gosh, a little less than half a teaspoon of salt, because you're already using fish sauce. You just want to enhance a little bit of the balanced saltiness. Okay, now after you add the salt, you want to add maybe a spoon. I usually eyeball it. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So I will use, that is like a spoon and a half. And then you turn up the heat a little bit more and you stir, stir, stir. Again, the fish that we use today, it already has that salty flavor to it, so you don't want to add too much of the salt or the fish sauce. But then again, you know, it's just your preferences, how you like to eat it. I know I have most friends that tend to eat it on the saltier side, and then myself and most of my family and friends eat it on the sweeter side. So it's just on your preference. Okay, after we add the fish sauce, we're gonna add sugar. And then I'm gonna do 2 spoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. So you won't know how you like it until you actually taste it and then go from there. Okay? I'm gonna lower the heat and let it simmer a little bit. And then I'm gonna flip the fish again. I just use so the parents have more control. Okay. It's so dangerous frying fish. Normally I have the fish fried at the market, but then I haven't been out of the house. So this is from my freezer. I'm using whatever's left in my freezer before heading out to the grocery store to stock back up. Okay, now it's simmer. It's a little bit more caramelized because of the sugar. Now I will add the mushroom extract. And again, I'll do less than half of a spoon. Tablespoon, sorry. Okay, and then mix, 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 mix. And then black pepper. For taste. Okay, and then now we are gonna taste test it and see where the flavor is at in this. So I know you guys made spaghetti before using fresh tomatoes or pasta. So it looks the same consistency as the pasta, as the tomato, what you would use for spaghetti or pasta. Okay, now we're gonna do a taste test. I'm just gonna scoop some, use my finger. It's really, really good. Okay, so this is on a sweeter side. So again, just for say, if you think it's too sweet, just add fish sauce. Don't go for the salt anymore. Now that we have the balance of the saltiness, you just want a little extra of the salt. Just add fish sauce and you're good. So that's I would say half a teaspoon, half a tablespoon of fish sauce. And you are good. So we are done. It's pretty simple with this dish. You don't have to do much. And the garnish will be, that's good. The garnish will also be cilantro. Cilantro will be our garnish as well. So this is basically the finish. After this fish is done, I'm only gonna do use one of the fish for the tomato fish. My kids also like to dip the fish in the made fish sauce that I had already prepared the other day. So That way they can dip, and then if they like the tomato fish, they can still enjoy the tomato fish. If they like the fish, dipping it with the sauce, they can go ahead and do that as well. And then eat it with the soup. Fish is coming nicely here. It's beautiful. The sauce is done, the soup is done. Tonight is just a simple dish, not too complicated. I think today is the first day since it's been a week since we had rice. So we're having this with white rice. Now put together a nice, well garnished dish, and take a picture and post it so you guys can see the end result. Okay. Let me bring you up close to what it's in the pot at the moment. My dear, can you help me? Okay, got it. Turn this around. Okay, fried fish. The second fried fish. The tomato for the Vietnamese dish is called sautéed, which means tomato. And then we got the soup done already cooking. So as you see here, we haven't turned on the stove, and the shrimp has just been sitting in here. It's fully cooked. When you know a shrimp is fully cooked is when it curls. And see how that's a good curl right there. So this is a finished product right here, guys. Okay, so this fish looks like it's ready to be taken out as well. So thank you guys for tuning in and watch me in the process of cooking these meal. Please stay tuned for the photos, and I will also be posting this on YouTube. So if you guys didn't get the full, I guess want to watch it again and get the full length of it, I will also post ingredients of what I had used today. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm excited. Thank you, friends. Tune in tomorrow, possibly see another dish what I can whip up. Okay, have a nice evening. Enjoy. Thank you for watching again.